Good evening. It's 6:30, September 24, 2005, Planning Board meeting. I think I'd start this meeting with the quorum here without these two showing up so we can go. Unless you want to sit up here, Amber, and get your feet wet. Sure. You're welcome. It's okay with me. And one of the two of them will have to sit in the lobby. And that being said, I'll call the meeting to order. Would you all join me in the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Hoo-yah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jenny. The first item on the agenda, the first item is the public open forum. I'll let anyone in the audience come up to speak for as long as they want. I don't go by the 5-minute Jerry Beaverland rule, but we'll do that anyway. Anyone care to speak on this side of the room? Seeing none. Anyone on this side of the room? Would you like to introduce yourself in the open forum? I know you're out there. Yes, you. I heard you're our new teen. What do you call yourself?
Future Leaders Program, and we actually have one more future leader that just
two of
joined
you.
us.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Downs.
Hi, Gabrielle.
Pleased to meet you. You
too.
go to school around here somewhere?
Yeah, I go to Eastlake High School.
Eastlake? My girls were spongers. Do you have anything we should know, or what brings you here? Interest in civics? What?
I'm just interested. Sorry, I start.
It's okay.
bad.
You're under no pressure.
About learning about our city, and also it's just like something that'll look really good on future applications and stuff.
Oh,
Good.
a lot of people use the planning board as stepping stones to higher office. We've had a bunch of them come through here, mayors, they're now ex-mayors. But welcome. If you have any questions, holler. And if we have any questions as we go on, I might try to engage you to come up and we'll say, what do you think? And, I mean, you can't vote on anything, but you can sure give us your opinion.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And Gabrielle is a fabulous actress, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we can believe she pretends? She's a pretender? How about you? Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Riley Hill.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. I go to Eastlake High School too, and I'm just interested in like starting my own business, and I thought this would be like also really good on like college applications and stuff.
Very good, very good. Same thing applies to you that I said to the other young lady. We might call on you and say, hey, what's your opinion on this? But maybe not.
Okay.
Depends on the subject, right? Mm-hmm. I really like your opinion on excusing my absence from the last meeting. Thank you very much for coming up. All right, no one else to speak to open forum. I close that section of the meeting. There is no public hearing tonight, correct?
Yes, there is.
Is there a
Last
public
item.
hearing? So, we have a swearing-in process. Anyone wishing to speak on this subject, please stand to swear in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, item 1, approval of minutes dated the 13th of August. I seek a motion for this approval.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the August 13th, 2025 Planning Board meeting.
A second.
I second that.
Any discussion, any changes, removals, comments? Approved. Oh, wait. Yeah. Please signify approval by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Item passes. See what a month will do? And number 2, consideration excuse absence of board member, chairman of the board member, Dale Rembior from the August 13th meeting. I seek a motion on this issue.
So moved.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of excusing Mr. Rembior, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay. Motion passes with Dale abstaining, or voting no. Consideration excuse absence of Ross Roundhouse.
Sorry, Dale. You can vote yes for yourself.
Pardon me?
You can vote yes for yourself. You
I
don't
can?
have to.
All right, okay, all in favor. The motion passes, all in favor.
Thank you.
All right. Ross's excuse, number 3. I'll entertain a motion on this, please.
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, please signify your approval by voting aye.
Aye.
Any nays? No, I say yes also. Ross is excused. Number 4, recommendation to City Council and Planning Board regular member appointment. Now, we have 2 alternates and 1 vacancy, and I have requested, well, I guess we can make a motion on this. I seek a motion on this, please. Number 4. We got to pick one of the 2 alternates.
I make a motion that we, planning board selects an applicant to fill the vacancy.
Very good. A second, please?
Second.
Okay, a second. Any discussion? Of course, discussion. I'll start out by saying we have 2 alternates, and we do go by timeline here a lot. So I would suggest that we go by that timeline. And Tanya's name sent to City Council for the permanent board seat. And of course, Amber will stay alternate, our only alternate at this time. But the way the turnover's going around here, you'll be here pretty soon. And also, we have applicants. This is under that same item, though, to talk about our applicants, right? Because the way this is said, it was before Brenda quit. So this is kind of a mix where we just got 2 alternates in, but now all of a sudden we need another regular. So that takes us back to, instead of a regular member, in addition, we need another alternate. So we do have some applicants here, I believe. How many applicants have come? You. And you are, please come to the dais. Let's talk to you about this. Is this a deviation from the agenda? Because we're talking about an alternate now and it's not listed like that in the agenda? Lawyer?
I would say it is. I mean, pursuant to the agenda, you are to make a recommendation for a regular board member, so I would limit it to those applicants that are included in the backup. I'm understanding the question.
Well, they're not applying for a regular membership, they're applying for alternates. But we have a need of a regular, which we want to send up to council. So I think it's kind of like we need to modify this.
That's what I was about to say. I think you need to make a motion for Tanya to be
Yes.
the regular member.
That'd be
The way
correct.
it was advertised was for a regular member position, and we have 1 applicant here for that. However,
Well, that's not going to happen because we have 2 alternates that need to move up. So the listing was in error, so how do we correct that? Do we table it?
so the item itself is still good. It's just the applicants, if I'm understanding correctly, you're suggesting to select a regular member from the 2 alternates that we already have rather than from the applicants who applied.
Okay, but nowhere in our tonight's agenda are we interviewing applicants for alternates, right?
Correct.
So
Chairman.
he's here just to watch us talk. You
Chairman,
may be excused, sir.
I make a motion that we suspend that rule and pick a new regular member and then select an alternate.
I like that idea. We can do that, right? Uh-oh. Robert's Rules of Order.
I don't see an issue with you all walking on an agenda item like that to make a recommendation to city council. But again, I would limit the recommendation for the regular member to those who directly applied for it in the backup. That would be our office's recommendation, but we defer to the board.
Well, when you came here tonight, did you think you were going to be appointed as a regular board member or interviewed as an alternate?
So I was under the assumption of it being a regular board member, But I am open to being an alternate.
Yeah,
as well.
because that's jumping the gun.
Totally.
I mean, you'd have no
Yes.
apprentice program there.
Right.
know?
Absolutely. I want what's best for the
You
ward.
have to learn from our mistakes.
Totally.
Okay, that being said, could you please then return to the audience and we'll figure this out. Okay, so, you have made a motion to, you have,
Suspend the rules of the day.
suggested we modify this,
Suspend the rules on how we're selecting tonight to fill the vacancy that we have with a regular member and then make a decision. on
okay, a motion to suspend the rules, please.
So moved?
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
I'm sorry, so Steve made the motion, who's the second?
I made this second.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the rules are suspended. Now what we need to do is, recommendation to the City Council Planning Board to send a regular member's name for approval from our group of alternates. Would that be? Well,
First, we select one of the alternates to fill the regular vacancy.
Right, so he wants
yes,
Tanya.
and I recommended Tanya because she was first come, first served.
I second.
You second.
I'm sorry, Dale, you cannot make a motion.
I need a motion, not a second.
I make a motion that we fill the vacancy with Tanya's position.
A second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Welcome.
Tanya goes to council. I saw you on TV, you already went. You probably don't have to go again, but if you like it, go ahead. I stay out of that building. So, okay, so now we need a whole new posting or agenda item for next month's meeting for alternates?
Yes.
Yes? Feel free to return. Darn. So as it stands now, we're going to send Tanya's name up, and Amber's going to sit still as alternate one. Okay, very good. Then that's done. Phew. That was a curveball. All right, item number 5. Case CA 2504, Code Amendment to the City of Oldsmar Land Development Code related to the recreational vehicle and watercraft parking multifamily development. Welcome and sign in, please.
Good evening, Board. Matt Jackson, Planning Manager for the City of Oldsmar. Tonight's agenda item before you is a text amendment to the Land Development Code related to RV and watercraft parking with case number CA 25-04.
I apologize, if I could just interject, I just want to clarify for the record that we've opened the public hearing here. Just for the record, public hearing is open, am I correct?
One moment, please. All right, this is a public hearing. The public hearing is now open.
Ta-da.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Just, yep.
So pursuant to Land Development Code, Section 78212, the current minimum off-street parking required for multifamily developments includes regular and handicap parking, as well as on-site common area for the parking and storage of recreational vehicles and watercraft. The common area must provide one recreational vehicle or watercraft space for every 10 residential units in development, and each space is required to be 360 square feet. For reference, the chart in front of you illustrates various development sizes, the number of required spaces, and the corresponding common area required. So staff received a request to eliminate the recreational vehicle and watercraft parking requirement for multifamily developments in its entirety under the Section 782 minimum off-street parking requirements. The applicant's justification was that Oldsmar is the only jurisdiction in Pinellas County with this mandatory parking in multifamily districts. Safety Harbor, St. Petersburg, and St. Pete Beach prohibit or restrict this parking in multifamily areas. Reflects the modern land use patterns in which on-site RV storage is in low demand and is space inefficient use. And this promotes public welfare by unlocking developable area for housing, open space, or amenities. So the text amendment was reviewed against the three conditions outlined in section 313.2. The first one being, the amendment complies with the comprehensive plan and advances the purpose of the Land Development Code. So upon the request review, staff identified that the Land Development Code section 1411.7 uses permissive language may be designated, as you see in the bottom right of the screen, while section 782 uses mandatory language shall provide, as you see on the bottom left. A code amendment to make the RV watercraft parking and common area parking optional for consistency would align the Land Development Code. Furthermore, the strict mandatory requirement for RV and watercraft parking in section 78212 conflicts with section 1411.7, which allows such parking as an optional amenity to site plan, subject to site plan approval. To ensure consistency and clarity with applying the code, RV and watercraft parking should be treated as optional in multifamily developments, evaluated during site design, and considered an alternative residential amenity rather than a minimum requirement. Condition number 2 is that the amendment will contribute to the community welfare. Treating RV and boat parking as an optional amenity provides design flexibility, allowing land to be used for dwelling units, open space, and other residential amenities that offer greater benefit to residents in the community than large areas of surface parking. The third condition, the amendment will apply uniformly citywide, RM15 multifamily districts, treating RV and watercraft parking as an optional amenity to be considered during the design stage rather than as a mandatory requirement. I apologize, I don't think I read the condition. So the condition is the amendment will not grant a special privilege to an individual property owner. So that is not the case. It is important to note that under the Live Local State Preemption, and you were provided a handout earlier, which dives into the details of that, multifamily design standards are required to be applied, and these standards may also be used in commercial, industrial, or mixed-use zones. Very briefly on the Live Local Act, the Live Local State Preemptions in Florida, driven by the Live Local Act, override local zoning and land use rules to encourage affordable housing. For developments meeting affordability requirements, local governments must permit these projects in commercial, industrial, or mixed-use zones that I just went over, allowing the highest existing residential density and height within a mile or 3 stories, whichever is greater. The Live Local Act requires administrative approval, not rezoning, and includes updates to height restrictions and demolition approval processes. Staff does recommend that the City Council adopt an ordinance to amend Section 78212 of the Land Development Code to remove the mandatory requirement for recreational vehicle and watercraft parking in multifamily developments and allow it, RV and watercraft parking, as an optional amenity at the discretion of the developer, subject to site plan review, consistent with Section 1411.7 of the Land Development Code. I ask that the staff report be entered in the record. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions, Jessica? Stephen?
No question.
I have no questions.
Tanya? Nope.
No questions. I have questions.
Go ahead.
So would this be retroactive, meaning if a development has current existing RV and watercraft parking, that they no longer have to have it? Or is this only for new developments?
This goes into effect for new developments. So the previously approved plans, if it included RV or watercraft parking, that's fine, they can remain. It's not removing the ability to provide this, it's removing the requirement. So the developer, as they're planning out this project, instead of having to leave that space there for the common area, they can have it if they desire. If they don't have to have it.
Okay. So if an existing wants to change that area, can they? Would they fall under this new rule?
Sure, anytime you want to submit a revision to an approved site plan, you would go through the applicable site plan amendment process. Depending upon the level of that, there's different processes for that.
Okay. Then, I know we currently have a building project at the library property. So I presume with that statement, they would have, if they wanted to change and get rid of any spacing they've already marked, they would have to submit new plans?
That site plan doesn't include RV and watercraft parking, and that was a much different process than a typical site plan where development agreements were part of that, but no,
Okay.
that's not part of that plan.
Okay, thank you.
Who's Jeff Kraus and his company that produced this? Is he a developer on this code provision amendment application?
That's is it the actual developer, the attorney's office? Now I'm drawing a blank, I
Coulter Group.
apologize. The Coulter Group's the development team.
So developer wants us to change this rule from mandatory to optional, right? That's kind of what it looks like.
That's who submitted that, and yes, that is who
One would
submitted the
think.
application, correct. I'm
He
sorry.
got his lawyer to write this up, and he must have some goal in mind. All right, that doesn't mean that because they can't, it's optional and they don't have parking, people aren't gonna park their RVs and watercraft in city parking areas.
No, that's not permitted, no.
Right, I mean, we do have rules in place.
Right, this does not negate how vehicles are allowed to park and how they must be parked.
And how long they can be parked. Because
Correct.
I've read all that in the code. And so I know there are rules that would keep a watercraft from being parked outside in the library parking lot next to the new condos that are going up. So,
Correct, you're not parking private vehicles on public property,
I'm
correct?
trying to see who's getting the advantage here by doing this, because we've done well as it has been. And I know Oldsmar has some strict rules that other cities don't have. And we take pride in that.
Well, wouldn't it create more space for the residents?
So it would create, yes, it frees up space that could be used, as I touched on, for residential
create-
units. It could be another amenity, say they wanted to add a dog park, or they just wanted to have more open space.
3,600 square feet, on 80 unit, 100 unit, you get 10 spaces.
Or could you go back to that one slide, Matt?
I
where you talk
can,
about
absolutely.
There you
Yes, as you can see from the chart in front of you, as you're adding the residential units, could be quite a bit of space required for parking that may or may not even be used. A typical residential lot is 50 by 100, so you could get to that equivalent pretty fast, where you're asking someone as they're planning a piece of property that a whole single-family lot is used for parking, like I said, that may or may not even be used.
Might be a good selling feature to allow that in your development as you go forward, if there's any more room for development on Oldsmar. All right, I don't have any more questions. We've all asked questions. This is a public hearing, so are there any opponents to this? Wait a minute, let me look at my rules. Let me get this straight, because public hearings are complicated. That's why there's a lawyer here. So does anyone wish to speak in favor of this item in the audience that's been sworn in? Seeing none, bang the gavel. Does anyone wish to speak in opposition to this item? Seeing none. Do we have any written comments received on this item? There have been none. Does the applicant or the city wish to make any closing statements? Hearing none. I will close the public hearing. I will call for a motion on this item.
I make a motion that we recommend that the city council adopt the ordinance amending the City of Oldsmar Land Development Code, Section 7.8.2.1, subsection 2, to remove the mandatory requirement for recreational vehicle and boat parking in multifamily developments.
Thank you, Stephen. Well said. A second, please.
Second.
A roll call vote, please.
Board Member Dingman,
I'm against.
Board Member Kirby,
Yes.
Board Member Stevens,
Yes.
Board Member Sack,
Yes.
Board Member Villafana,
Yes.
Chair Bior.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Motion passes 5-1.
thank you very much. That ends our agenda for the evening. Now, except for the snafus of the board member adjustment procedure, if Brenda had not left. Are there anyone on the board wish to make any kind of comment about life in general of the board? And just as long as you don't go Steve Graber and tell us your kids' birthdays today.
Just
No
thank
one?
you for having me here. I'm
You're
excited to
welcome.
learn.
Welcome aboard. Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me as well.
That's it? Get it off your chest? All right, I seek a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Meeting's closed.